Hey everybody, Solo Boondocker Freddy here. I'm at my good buddy Todd Cardillo's house. I'm parked in his driveway. I got here last night around 7 p.m. It wasn't too bad as of that time. Right now it is 10 till 10 this morning on Friday, October 7th, 2016. And I'm out here in my RV in the driveway. We've lost power in the around the, I don't know, I guess whole of Palm Coast. We lost power, but at least where I'm staying at here, we have no power. Rain still coming down. Every once in a while we get a nice gust of wind that rocks my RV. I was thinking about trying to drive out of here, but as I've been looking on the radars and checking everything out, it seems the hurricane's right off the coast of Flagler Beach. And we're getting big heavy rain bands that's causing issues. So I may just stay here until later on this evening when hopefully it'll pass by, and in a couple hours it'll be gone and most of this wind and rain will die down where I'm able to drive this RV. Now I've got, over 12,000 pounds on this RV, and I'm just driving a big box. Basically a big sail. If I get with a gust of wind, 60, 70, 80 miles per hour gust of wind, it will flip me right over. I'm planning on going by my mom's, make sure everything's good there whenever we can drive, and then heading over to the campground again tonight. I may decide to stay at my mom's if this gets too bad, and just stay there and leave in the morning to go to work. Really crazy stuff going on. There's somebody driving right there, right down the road. So people at least are going out and driving right now. It's pretty much rain and wind, not much of anything else. No lightning, no thunder. We're pretty far in. I was further in where I was at. The only thing I was worried about was the storm surge bringing that water up and flooding the whole campground. Then I would be stuck there without any way of getting out. I had another issue with that fuel pump. The float on the fuel pump got stuck, and as I was leaving yesterday, driving down the road, I ran out of gas again. That's just driving me bananas. But what can you do? If I thought I had plenty of gas, it was floating up to almost a half a tank, and it would float going back and forth. And then as soon as I went and got gas and put 5 gallons in there, the RV started and I was able to drive. So I can't rely on my fuel gauge anymore. But right now all I'm doing is just hunker down. Todd and his family are still inside the house. Obviously without any power they can't open up the garage doors. So I'm just sitting here waiting to see what's going on. I did do one thing though. I did manage to get with Verizon wireless this morning on the phone, and they fixed my issue on my cell phone. It was crazy. I was able to receive phone calls. I can send and receive texts. I can use my data plan and go onto the internet and do it, but every time I tried to make a phone call out, it wouldn't let me make the call. But he fixed it. He also got rid of that stupid message in the beginning. Every time you dial a number, it tells you how many minutes you have, which I have unlimited, so I don't need to be hearing it. So he got rid of that for me. I attempted to try to call my mom, but it went straight to her voicemail, so I'm sure her batteries are dead. She's at the Bunnell Elementary School where I first went to when I got here back in the day, and they're all hunkered down and sitting there, so I haven't heard anything back from my mom just yet. But it's getting really, scary out. The rain's now starting to come in. I've been looking at the radar. I gotta turn on the Wi-Fi here, see if Todd's Wi-Fi is still on. So I got it back up and running. Like I said, it's right off the coast. I'm hoping by late tonight it'll be far past Jacksonville, north of us, and I'll be able to make it to work tomorrow morning. It did say it was going to be partly cloudy with some rain showers, so we'll probably get the last bit of end of the hurricane, and then to find out there's another hurricane out there called Hurricane Nicole, which is right off to the west of Hurricane Matthew. So I'm just sitting here bucking down, waiting for this rain and wind to die down before I can move. There's not really much else I can do. Since we have no power, I have no power inside the RV, so I'm running off just my battery, my one battery, and I'm hoping that if wherever I go there's power. I'm hoping if I go to my mom's there's power, or if I make it out to the campground there's power. But it looks like I'm not going to make it out to the campground anytime soon. Maybe Saturday afternoon I'll be able to drive back out there and see what happens. But if I can manage to get to my mom's house here in a little while and park there, hopefully the branches on the trees around my mom's house won't be causing too much issue with my RV, and I could just plug in right there in the garage. I won't have AC, but at least I'll have power, internet, and stuff if they have power. Now, somewhere I saw online on Facebook, it stated that FPL was going to shut off the power during the storm so that it wouldn't cause any issues later until after the storm went by. I'm not sure if they did that first thing this morning at 8. They just shut everybody down, so the transformers and everything else will stay safe. But I thought it was they shut it off yesterday. You can't even get into Flagler Beach. They shut down the bridges, so you can't even go up and over the bridges. It's just too windy. I knew a storm like this was bound to happen. What's going to be really bad if Matthew and Nicole collides and become one huge storm and heads right back towards Florida. Then we're looking at some trouble. And it wouldn't matter where you went in the state of Florida, you're going to be in trouble. You would have to basically head for the Panhandle and head out as far west in Florida, northwest as possible to get out of the way. But if it crosses the state of Florida, heads into the Gulf of Mexico, and heads up into Louisiana, boy, that's just going to be a double whopper. So it doesn't look like there's too much damage. I see a lot of branches and old stuff that was dead and dying, falling down on the ground, but not much else. All I could do is just sit here and see what happens. So for now, this is Solo Boondocker here at the DOA campground at Todd Cardillo's house. That's the Dilly of America campground, and it's working good. So I'm pretty in a nice little niche here, so I'm not getting rocking too much. At least I'm safe for right now. But for right now, this is Solo Boondocker Freddy, and I'll see you guys shortly. I'll update you if anything else comes up.